Okay, well. Today has been a rough morning already. I got here on time, but for some reason I just can't go live on Instagram, which is so weird. Let me just go ahead and turn on my TV stream. I don't know if it'll work. Okay, let's see. Hi guys, good morning. Yeah, today's stream's kind of weird. Instagram isn't working for my live video for whatever reason, so I don't know what just happened. I don't know if I have to reset the stream for a second. I can try to do that. Good morning. Yeah, so hi Hans. For some reason my stream is not working on Instagram. I've been trying to fix it for like the last 10 minutes already, and it's a little bit infuriating. I'm like, come on dude, come on, why'd you have to do this to me today? I set up everything last night too and everything was fine. It's just these pet peeves of mine. Oh, don't worry about that, we'll be working on this later today. So just trying to update my stream. I will attempt one last time. I'm just gonna do this. Get another stream. This is my last attempt at it. Boom. There we go. I'm gonna try one last time. Because this thing is, Okay, hold on. You had everything going. I did. I had everything set up last night. This is so infuriating. I'm gonna attempt one last time, and if it doesn't work, it's meh. Okay, let's see. Did Instagram fix itself? No, it didn't. Okay. Well, it looks like it's an Instagram problem, so yeah, we're just gonna move on with today's session. I tried one last time, you guys. I would share my screen, but I cannot because they, it's very strict. They said don't share your stream key because someone can hack your account on live if they have it. So yeah, don't ever share your screen there. But it's just black, basically. Like, you can't see anything. It just says going live feature and then nothing is happening from there. That is it. So I apologize. So I'm also checking for audio, see how my video is doing. Hopefully my mouth is moving on time. I'm also gonna double check that. Just because I set this up last night and I found out the audio sync offset. So yeah, it should hopefully be matching with my mouth at this point. I did a lot. It took me 3 hours to figure this out. But yeah. Alrighty, I tried my best. Okay, so welcome to session 29. Also, let me just set it up on Instagram. Hold on one second. I'm gonna send myself something so I can at least post it on Discord. So this is one of like the annoying things is like, okay, the first few minutes I gotta just send stuff. So yeah, I was here on time at 5 o'clock and then I launched my thing, everything was preset, got in, and then the unfortunate part was just the moment I started, it was like 5:05 and I'm like, what is with the system? It's not working, not recognizing anything. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot and post it on Instagram. Oh yeah, I have to send this to myself. So yeah, give me like 2 minutes. I know it's eating up a lot of time from our stream and I apologize for that. But this is just for information. and I really hate when technical difficulties happen, so we had a technical difficulty for once. Yay! I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Alrighty. Time to post this on Instagram. My phone is so old that it takes like a minute or two for it to work. Alright, I just posted it on Instagram informing everyone about the issue that just happened just now, so it is what it is. Can't really do anything about it. Okay, so it's unfortunate, but we're here. We're just gonna move on and have the video recorded with it. And in the second place, unfortunately, I won't be able to post this video on YouTube. I mean, I'm sorry, on Instagram live in any case, so... oh well. Alright, so welcome to session 29. We have our stream itinerary. Separate phone. Greetings, English for Everyone, Chapter 11. Questions, comments, concern, and suggestions. So I'm assuming this stream will be kind of short. It's not going to be the whole 60 minutes. Just because Chapter 11 is just about describing adjectives. So it's really just gonna be like me ranting about adjectives order, and we'll see that in just a few moments. But yeah, greetings, good morning. I am tired. This entire week was exhausting for me. Something about the weather, guys, I don't know. Maybe something to do with the moon or the setting of the planet where we're placed, I don't know. So yeah, what I've been noticing is that whenever I see there's like a change in the weather, maybe if I look at the moon and I'm like, the moon seems kind of different today. I don't know, maybe my body's just sensitive and I'm just like, I don't feel well today. Because what happened was, this entire week, I feel twice more tired than usual, and I don't understand why. Because I'm usually okay. I'm usually pretty decent and stuff, you know? So I was just getting in through the swing of things where my body was getting tolerant of the social battery and stuff, and now here I am, like, exhausted, like more than usual. And it's not just me, even like the colleagues, the teachers that I'm with, they're also feeling tired than usual too, which is weird. Also, I'm just watching the video from my YouTube just to check that my audio is actually working on time this time. Fingers crossed, because I spent 3 hours last night trying to figure out the offset sync, and I found the numbers that works for my laptop. And it's just all about experimenting, because I know there's someone who posted about their settings on YouTube, but I'm just like, I don't think that's gonna work for my laptop because my laptop's kind of old now. And yeah, I just spent some time doing that this morning, and yeah, it's just unfortunate about what just happened. Also interesting, why is my chat gone from my screen here? I don't see it. Oh, it's hidden behind. Okay, that makes sense. I couldn't find it for the longest time. Okay, I just fixed my video. It's right here on the bottom right. I'm like, why couldn't I see my chat? Because it showed up on here on Instagram. Because I see my Instagram vertical monitor, but now it should be shown on my YouTube so I can see comments again. Sorry about that, guys. I'm really sorry. Alright. So, we're looking at English for Everyone. So other than that, today's gonna be a busy day for me. Fingers crossed I'll survive this day. It's gonna be a long day for me. English for Everyone is for tonight. So, let's just get started with English for Everyone. So you guys saw Yesterday I left some notes and I already uploaded this stuff on YouTube. Sorry, on Instagram. No, I don't know what I'm saying. I uploaded this on Discord yesterday, so all should be well. We are now here at describing people. So chapter 11 is just going to be, I think, a few pages. So again, it's not going to be a lot for today's stream. So we're looking at describing people. You often use more than one adjective in a row, for example, when describing people. In English, adjectives must be written in a particular order according to their meaning. So one of my rants here, if you guys have not heard me rant this before, it's the fact that I've never had to deal with this kind of thing before, in terms of like, I don't remember there was an adjective order. Like when I moved to America, I don't remember I had a lesson on it. I just knew there was an order and it went by what sounded right. So I would mix things up a lot and it just sounded natural to me. I'm just like, okay, this sounds okay, so this is the order of it. So apparently there is an order and we're just gonna go through it in just a few minutes. Another thing to address here is that on the tip they said don't use more than 2 or 3 adjectives in a sentence. This is true. Most of the time when we're talking about adjectives, we usually limit to 2 or 3. So you could say like, she's the most beautiful young woman in this world. So notice I use 3. The most beautiful young, and then sorry, that's 2. The most beautiful young woman in this world. So that's just like 2 adjectives. So it's typically 3 from what I remember. And I know some people can keep going and list adjectives, but I just think that it's excessive. And you probably come across something like that if someone were to dramatize, let's say, an admiration for someone or affections for someone. And that's about it. That's all I can think of, is if they're listing something that they admired about this one person, whether it is out of romantic interest or just respect. They could probably list adjectives like all day or something like that. But that's like the only time. Even when you're reading stories, like if you're reading like if you're reading like fiction stories, like creative stories and stuff, you would probably see things being like 2 to 3 adjectives as well, before they make a new sentence and list another couple things or more about a person, but etc. That's it. Alright, so that's enough of my spiel when it comes to adjective order. Let's just dive into the context here. She has beautiful curly brown hair, so opinion adjective is the very first one. And then you have facts that follow, shape and color. So if I were to say she has beautiful brown curly hair, in terms of speech, that would be okay. It's okay. Yeah, that wouldn't matter to me, to be honest with you. Like, if I heard that, I would be like, okay, that sounds fine in terms of informal application. That's okay. And then we have the noun hair. So in English, adjectives happen before the noun. Always. Adjectives will always come before the noun, never after it. Okay. Key language adjective order in detail. We have she has opinion, beautiful, size, shape, age, and color, and a noun. So what's interesting is that when I'm using the adjective description in informal English, I don't typically care about the order when it comes to the facts, but opinion it's typically the first. So I would say she has beautiful long golden hair. So long, size, I guess, golden, color, hair. Okay, yeah, I see it. Long golden hair. I see the orders right there. I'm trying to think of another example where I'm not looking at the order in details. She was a pretty adventurous, intelligent, and young woman. Wait, she was an adventurous, pretty young woman. Okay, so adventurous would be probably an opinion, because adventurous is describing something else. Or no, that might be an adverb. I'm gonna double check that. You always gotta fact check yourself. Let's go to Google. Google. Bing. Is it also an adjective? Is an ad? Yes, it's an adjective. So, okay. So they want to say it's an adjective. Okay, but I would assume it's gonna be under opinion if that's the case. And she was an adventurous, intelligent. Okay, so it would be under opinion again. Young. That would be the age. Woman, and then that's a noun. Yeah, that's all I can think of. But as you can tell, I'm still limiting myself to like 2 or 3 adjectives, and that's about it. And then we're gonna go ahead and go to 11.3. Write the words from the panel in the correct group. So we have opinion, size, shape, age, and color, so they're gonna keep that for you. And here are the words down here. Short, blue, young, round, small, handsome, blonde, middle-aged, and straight. Some of these should be familiar from yesterday's session where we went over the vocabulary, so hopefully you know which is what. So while you guys are solving this, I'm gonna go ahead and... Oops, sorry. I wanted to check out the text here, so I'm gonna minimize my screen a little bit. So here we are. I just want to see, what if I used all of these words? She has beautiful, long, curly, young, brown hair. That's too much. She has beautiful, short, curly, brown hair. Yeah, that could work. That could be 3 adjectives I could have heard. But it would be weird to address hair that has age, because we don't typically do that. I'm just thinking about it. That's all. I'm just cooking a little bit in my head. But other than that, yeah. So if you guys need more time and you're watching this on YouTube, I suggest that you pause the video, because I was just trying to think about other suggestions when it comes to adjective order, because when I'm describing hair, I could say like it's short, and I can say it's curly. You don't say the age, and then what color is the hair, etc. I'm trying to think of other examples. While you guys are trying to figure out and solve these at the bottom. So if you're a new viewer, good morning. I see there are 3 viewers here today. He is a blank. I'm gonna say he is a handsome, tall, slim, middle-aged blank man. I don't know if I want to say color, because if I put color here, we're just talking about color. We're not talking about like color of the skin. We're not talking about that. Technically you could, but it would be a little bit confusing, you know, because color could be under the description of race, but I'd rather not. It's just a little bit, it would be a little bit like it's acceptable, but it just sounds weird in that context. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It's like, he is a handsome, tall, slim, old white man, for example. You see what I'm trying to say? Do we really need to know that he's a white man? You can do it in the next paragraph, or the next sentence. You could say this color of his skin, describing his, what his features are on his body, etc. So I'm just like, it's so unnecessary to just say white man, right? Because it sounds like we're going under the race category in that sense. So, yeah. Alright, so hopefully you guys had enough time and I finished my entire spiel about, like, playing around with the adjective order. So we're gonna go ahead and solve for writing the words from the panel in the correct groups. Alrighty, we have attractive is already done, so it's gone. Another opinion is handsome. So we can throw that off. Size, we have, I believe round is one of them. And then small. Oh wait, small, round should be here, my bad. The shape is round. Let's do round here. And then we have small for size. We have age, we have young. We have the color blue. And we have short can be down here under size. Blonde is the color. We have middle-aged. And then the last one is straight. Okay. So again, opinion is attractive and handsome. Size is small and short. Shape is round and straight. Age is young and middle-aged. Color is blue and blonde. And I'm sorry if my handwriting looks really bad here. It's because my tablet is broken, so I'm only using this writing system, this drawing board. Why am I saying drawing system? I'm using this drawing board because I've had this since 2019, I think, and I use this to play a game called Osu. But I haven't played that game in a hot minute, and now I use it for teaching as like backup, especially backup, now that my tablet is broken. But yeah. And I'm not really a fan of this just because you can see my handwriting is so quick that sometimes it doesn't look like it's completed either, so yeah. Rewrite the sentences, putting the words in the correct order. We have the first example. She has hair, blonde, straight, short. She has short, straight, blonde hair. We have to remember the order because this is grammar, right? So just remember, in the context of grammar, they are very strict. Something that I did learn in regards to the English language, it's that grammar has standards that this is how they want you to teach, or sorry, not teach. This is how they want to teach you how to learn the language. And this is just addressing all languages that are being learned formally. Grammar is established for creating some sort of standard for learning the language. But of course, conversational or informal versions of that language, it does not respect the rule. It's not consistent. I have yet to discover a language that matches the grammar or the formal context with its informal conversation. So yeah, I kind of highly doubt that people like respect the grammar rules. So let me write this as a reference here. We have opinion, size, shape, age, and color as a reference. We have, I'm just gonna put it down here just so, oh, actually, let me do that. So we have opinion, size, I think was the first one. Opinion, size, shape, age. Size, shape, age, and color. Okay, so this is monstrosity of a handwriting. You can see why I'm not really a fan of using this drawing board anymore, but it'll do. Opinion, size, shape, age, and color. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Also, I see Klein is here. Hi, Klein. Good to see you. Glad to have you here, and sorry, I posted it on Discord. I mentioned there, and I was like, guys, my Instagram stream is not going. It's not working today. So, there's that. Alright, so we have... She has brown, large eyes. Round. We have, he has blue, big, beautiful eyes. Oh, excuse me. He is a middle-aged, attractive man. He has a red beard, curly long. He is a man, young, thin, short. She has red hair, attractive, wavy. She has brown eyes, round, small. Okay, so feel free to wait. I'm just gonna... I know Klein likes to answer the questions sometimes, so I don't know if she has time to write a question or write a response here. Okay, so she did write a response. So her first one, she has a large brown eyes. Okay. Oh, there's no A there, so she has large. So she got the reference here. So she has. We know the beginning is she because of capitalization. She has. Okay, we got that. And we said large for size. Good. She has large. And then we have round for shape. Oops. She has large, round, brown eyes. And they typically say that... No A. She put a facepalm, that's funny. You're good, Klein, you're good. Sometimes you accidentally write things, you know? It happens. So yeah, we should have this answer. She has large, round, brown eyes. This should be the answer in terms of following the order here that they've mentioned. And then in terms of... Let's see. She has large, round, brown eyes. Good. I'm like thinking about if there's a different order that I would do if I were to write this from a story format. Yes, the only thing that I find kind of weird is I would never put brown at the front. If I were to say she has brown, round, large eyes, it sounds kind of weird. To me at least, without even looking at the order. I would probably swap these two in terms of size and shape. So again, this is just for conversational application. The size and shape could kind of be interchanged in terms of informal or speech. So they can be swapped with each other, because I'm thinking about if I were to write a story, would I say she has round, large brown eyes? It sounds acceptable to me. It sounds right. Like it doesn't matter if I switch these two. At least an informal, you know, without recognizing the order of the adjective. I would say that's okay. But brown would stay. Brown is locked. So I think color before the noun is usually the case. They're almost always next to each other. So I'm thinking about a lot of the context. Just so you know, I am not a like walking machine that knows all the patterns. At least I haven't researched it yet. So I just know that in most of my experiences, the color is the last one. It will always be next to the noun. They're always next to each other, so it's never the other way around. It doesn't move to the front, it just stays next to the noun, as far as I remember, and in terms of my application for them. All right, so number 2. Thank you, Klein. Feel free to keep writing more if you wish. I will address all of them as we go. We have he. He's the first. Has. And then we have the word beautiful next. He has beautiful. The shape, or sorry, not the shape, the size, big, and then we have blue eyes. There we go. We have he has beautiful big blue eyes. I'm also gonna double check the comma that's happening here. Yes, we have beautiful. It's 3, right? Interesting. So it's the first one, and then the other 2 don't have commas. I want to look into that. So why is it that there's only 1 comma for after the opinion, but then the second comma is absent. That's what I want to know. Alrighty, let's see if Google can answer it. Why does the Oxford comma not take place in listing adjectives? I don't know if it's an Oxford comma. Okay, so Oxford comma in terms of adjectives. You do not need to use commas with cumulative adjectives that build on each other to modify a noun. In other words, if the adjectives cannot be reordered, do not use commas. Interesting. So, cannot be reordered, do not use commas. I'm just processing this in my head for a second. Words. Adjectives cannot be reordered. Okay. If it can be reordered in a different way, then you would use commas, I believe. Interesting. So the Oxford comma is probably the hardest topic. I think I need to do more research on this. So in the near future, I'm gonna do a study on Oxford commas and see how that works out. So, also, I apologize, Klein. I clicked out, so I didn't realize I hit the next questions too. So I'm back here. I'm sorry. So yes, number 2 we have he has beautiful, big, and I don't need this comma here because they said you don't need the Oxford comma when you're listing adjectives. Oxford comma is basically it's just the last comma. They call it the Oxford comma. That's how I remember it. I'm just like, Oxford comma is the last comma. And there's always a debate whether we need to keep it or remove it. As far as I was taught in the early 2000s, I was always told that if you're listing anything, always add an Oxford comma. But since then, I'm just like, I don't even know if I need the Oxford comma. So if I ever do anything questionable with a comma, it's because of that. It's because of what I went through when I was young. They told me to keep the Oxford comma. So we'll see what happens. Also, Klein is like the funny emoji. My bad. 3. He is an. That's already I have an. He is an. What other word starts with an, right? So we need a vowel next. So attractive is the next one. And this is also an opinion. He is an attractive, and then after the opinion comma, middle-aged man. Period. Alright. So, I'm gonna go off topic a little bit and address the dash here, because I think it's also important to recognize it. When you are using compound words, compound meaning like it's 2 words, especially in an adjective, you're gonna be connecting them with a dash. It usually happens. So if you say, Miss Hannah is a down-to-earth. Sorry, let me fix that. Also, the handwriting is probably not a good idea. I mean, this color is probably not a good one, but it's okay. We'll work with it. Okay, so let me write the whole thing here as an example. Miss Hannah is a down-to-earth teacher. So, notice I'm using my adjective, down to earth. I put dashes in between because we're using this entire phrase as an adjective. So, you're gonna see these dashes to... This is to tell me that you want to make this expression into an adjective. Right? That's how you do it. But if you use it as a compliment, like, oh wow, you are so down to earth. I think down to earth is also, let me just double check it too. Down to earth. It means practical, reasonable, and friendly. Yeah, see, notice they even put it here. She's a down to earth woman. This is being used as an adjective. Let's see. Down to earth is always a compliment. I'm trying to see sentences. Okay, so it is still being used as an adjective, so yeah, you are a down-to-earth person. So, you are so down-to-earth. Let me see. Okay, sentences. I'm just wanting to see if there's an expression. To see if they drop the dashes. That's what I'm trying to look for. Because as far as I see, they always attach it with a noun. Because this is a noun right here. There's a noun right there. The noun right here again. So, as you can see, it's still showing me. Oh, interesting. This one, they dropped the dashes. I don't think this was used correctly then. I would assume. Alright, so that's enough on my research on this part. But yeah, typically when you're having an expression and you want to use it as an adjective, you need those dashes. So that's a little bit of my research there. Alright, Klein, I'm sorry. We have number 4. He has a red beard, curly long. 5, he is a man, young, thin, short. She has red hair, attractive, wavy, and she has brown eyes, round, small. We're gonna go through this. But anyways, in the future, I'm just gonna make a mental note for myself in my Discord. So I'm gonna type it very quickly. Oxford comma, and then looking into dashes. So lesson plans. I'm gonna write it as what's it called? Alrighty, I just added a lesson plan on my Discord just so I know this in the near future. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and resume the lesson because I only got like 10 minutes left. We have number 4. He has a red beard, curly, long. So again, I would say he has a curly, long beard. Okay, now that sounds weird. So I'm gonna say he has a long, curly beard. Yeah. So he has a long, we have the size, curly, shape, and then red beard. He has a long, we got the size, shape, curly, red beard. Okie dokie. Alright, number 5. I'm also double checking here. He has a long, curly red beard. Next one, number 5. He is a man, young, thin, short. He is a... We have, again, short would be first according to this order. Short, thin, young man. He is a short, thin, young man. Honestly, guys, this is bothering me so much because I'm like, I want to put a comma here so bad because of the way I was taught was to always include the Oxford comma, so apologies. Number 6. She has red hair, attractive, wavy. So we have she has attractive, wavy, red hair. Okay, so she has attractive, wavy, red hair. got it. And I see in a chat. I remember this lesson when I was in primary school. Oh my gosh. And I sweat. I was very frustrated with this. I didn't like this lesson. Me neither. Me relearning this, I'm just like, gosh, I hate this. I hate this. Why did they create this as a rule? Honestly, from my understanding here, okay, so an example would be number 5. He is a short, thin young man. I would also be able to switch these two in terms of like of just everyday speech. I would probably switch these two. Like I would probably say, oh, he is a thin, short, young man. Young man would also be towards the end. Technically, a young can travel at the front. He is a young, short, thin man, or he is a he is a young, thin, short man. That could technically be acceptable in terms of informality, because again, in informal English, no one cares about the adjective order. I'm just being blunt. But again, grammar, if you are testing for a grammar lesson or like for formal English, you must follow it just because you want to show that you have the standards down. And that's annoying. But it is what it is. If you're taking a test on this, you have to know it front. But the facts which include the size, shape, age, and color can technically travel amongst each other. Sorry, not color. The size, shape, and age can travel. They can kind of switcheroo with each other. But as you can see here as an example, you can say he is a thin, short young man. Sounds perfectly fine to me. It sounds right. Just like what Klein says, I just use what sounds right. Exactly. When you get to a point of speaking English and doing description, it just gets to a point where you're like, it just sounds right. It sounds okay, so I'll accept it. Next, we have, she has brown eyes, round, small. So we have she. Oops, let's go back to black on my ink. We have she has. Okay. I would say round and small next. She has round, small eyes, but the argument would be she has the size first. The size is small. She has small, round, brown eyes. Boom. That should be it. Also, Klein, I feel you. My goodness. See, if I were not to look at the reference here, I would have switched small and round because they're interchangeable to me. I just think, oh, it sounds right still. She has round, small eyes. Okay, cool. It doesn't change the fact that it's tiny, and it doesn't change the fact that the shape is still the same. Like, what does it matter there? That's my rant in terms of the speech. Also, I kind of realized the chat is kind of like bleeding into, so I'm gonna try and do something here. Experimenting. Let's change the color to black. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close. Wait a second, what happened here? Why is it gone? I'm gonna go with... Where's white? The text disappeared for some reason. I'm gonna revert it back and see if it'll fix itself. What just happened? The text just disappeared. I don't understand. Oh, okay, so it reset it, that's why. So because I edited the chat box, all the text disappeared. I'm gonna try and change it back to black. See if that works. So hopefully it'll show on the bottom left of my YouTube screen, so it'll come out as black this time, and hopefully it'll be more readable. But yeah. So lesson learned: if you touch and edit the chat box in the middle of the stream, it'll just refresh itself. Anyways, we have listened to the audio and matched the names to the portraits. I believe this is the last one, which is perfect because I gotta go in a bit because I gotta prepare my lunch and dinner, and then I gotta go to work. So we are gonna listen to some audios right now. I have a lot of lesson websites here, so the first one I always put is DK, which is the book. So the lesson, according to this, is 11.5. Okay. And what's nice about this book is that all of the audios are free, so you can access them. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the volume for the music, so we have an opportunity to hear the whole thing.
My grandfather's called John, but I call him Pops. He's slim, bald, and wears glasses. My grandmother's name is Mary. I call her Nana. She has a beautiful round face, though she has a few wrinkles now. I love her hair. It's quite short, straight and white. She's a bit plump, but I think it suits her. My mum, Ruth, is slimmer than Nana and has beautiful, long, wavy brown hair. My dad's name is Ben. He's about as tall as Pops, but he's not bald. He has short, curly black hair. My sister, Fran, has shoulder-length, curly red hair. I'm Jess, and I'm the smallest in my family. I have short, straight brown hair.
Okay, so if needed, I'm just gonna play it one more time for you guys. So basically, you are just matching the description of how Jess, the speaker, is describing members of her family. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it one more time for you guys. I just got caught off guard because typically they would give you an instruction before they jump into it, but you're just jumping straight into it. So I'll play it one more time.
My grandfather's called John, but I call him Pops. He's slim, bald, and wears glasses. My grandmother's name is Mary. I call her Nana. She has a beautiful round face, though she has a few wrinkles now. I love her hair. It's quite short, straight and white. She's a bit plump, but I think it suits her. My mum, Ruth, is slimmer than Nana and has beautiful, long, wavy brown hair. My dad's name is Ben. He's about as tall as Pops, but he's not bald. He has short, curly black hair. My sister, Fran, has shoulder-length, curly red hair. I'm Jess, and I'm the smallest in my family. I have short, straight brown hair.
Okay, so we're gonna solve this now that you guys listen to the audio. Okie dokie. Who is Mary? So if you guys were paying attention, hopefully, or if you need to listen to this video again, feel free to just pause the video if you're watching this on YouTube, especially if it's after the live stream. We have Mary. Mary is the grandmother, or Nana, as Jess would call her. So Mary is this woman here. We have one male left, so we have Ben. Ben is typically a male name, and John's also a male name. So now that we have John, which is her grandfather, kind of handled as the example, we can easily match Ben to the last one here. Ruth, I believe, is her mother. So number 1 would be Ruth. And then Jess is herself, that's a speaker, and this is her. And Fran is here, her sister. Okay, so that is everyone in the family. All right, So, I think that's about it for today's session. It's already 6:03. I tend to stay at least 5 minutes over or 10 minutes over for my lesson, for grammar especially. But yeah, even with the technical difficulties, I'm glad I went through the grammar lessons yesterday, because when I looked at it, I was like, it's only going to be like 1 or 2 pages long. So I don't think it'll hit all 50 minutes, but apparently we did, because I had my little rant, and I also discussed a little bit about the dashes, which create adjectives, and also I'll talk about it next week, because I also want to understand how to use the Oxford comma, but typically I would keep it in general. And yeah, I think that's about it for today's session. I think the stream's already over too. For some reason, I think Instagram is not Instagram, my YouTube video is kind of frozen at this moment. Okay, it refreshed, we're good. All right, so yeah, I think that's about it for today's stream. We're gonna jump straight into presenting. So we just finished our English for everyone. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions, please let me know. You can tell me in live stream. If you are able to type quickly, you are able to, you can type your questions, QCCS, for me, and I can read it right away. Or since the stream is about to end in the next minute or so, I want to thank you guys for being really patient with me. This morning was rough, just because we came across a technical difficulty, and I had to reset my stream a few times today. Aw, Klein says thank you. Aw, thank you, Klein, for joining today. But yeah, it was just rough this morning, and I felt really bad, and I was frustrated because I tried to figure it out, and I resetted my stream like 3 times on YouTube, and I figured out I could just re-input the key while I'm already in stream for on the Streamlabs already, so I don't have to cancel my stream every time. But that's what I did this morning, because it was just so infuriating that Instagram wasn't working with me this morning. And also to show proof of that. Goodness. Let me just show it through YouTube. There's an expression that people say like, oh, video or it's fake. Have you heard of that expression in English? It's a slang term that people say that if you don't have pictures or videos as evidence to back up your claim, you're just making excuses, is what people would say. But I'm just gonna show you because this is my proof and I have it in 4K. No, I don't. I don't think 4K is on this camera. It's on 2K at max, or at best. So here you can see my evidence of stuff. I had a Streamlabs audio test last night and it was 52 minutes, and then another one, so another hour for it. It's almost been like, yeah, it was crazy last night. Then you could see before this current stream, which is this one currently happening, these two took place earlier today, and this was for like a minute and then 50 seconds. So I was trying to figure out how to fix Instagram, so I canceled my stream twice, and then here I am on this final one. So yeah, there's my proof that I did make an effort. All right, so yeah, we have finally reached the end. It's already 6:07 and I gotta get going. So I go live on YouTube and Instagram. Unfortunately not on Instagram today because of issues or technical issues with trying to load a live stream. I don't know why. Maybe I'm blocked from it because I got in trouble. I don't know, because last night it was working when I did practice. Maybe I'm in trouble because I'm playing music that is copyrighted, but it's not supposed to be on YouTube, so I don't understand what's happening. Then we also need to address that next week my schedule will be changing. Monday will be a tentative stream, which means that I might be able to stream on Monday, I might not be able to. We'll play it by ear, and when I say play it by ear, that just means that it depends on if it's possible for me, because starting next week I will be going back to my dancing lessons. I've been on a hiatus since November, so December, January, February. So it's almost been like 3 months since I haven't been really dancing consistently anymore because I needed a break. And I also had other things to prioritize in life at the time. So since I'm transitioning back to dance and getting my membership, I have to commit to coming to dance like 4 times a week, which is essentially my gym. Because since I'm moving a lot, I am burning calories and stuff, and I'm getting into shape again. Because of that, it might get in the way of my live streams in the morning. So I'm trying to learn how to like cut off like when should I leave the dance studio, because usually back in the day I would leave towards midnight or 1 in the morning, or however long it takes for me to get for the dance event to end. So I would stay out really late. So on Monday, I know on Sunday I do have a dance lesson. It's going to be tango, and they typically end around 11 or like 10:30ish, 11, because everyone has work the next day. So I should be able to try and stream if I get home by 10, but we shall see. Honestly, we'll play it by ear and see how Monday works. If I find that I'm too tired to stream on Monday, or if I oversleep, I apologize. But I'll try my best to communicate if I feel too tired and I won't stream. But I will attempt to next week and see how I feel about it. And then I have work the whole day next day. So that's why it's all just tentative for next week. English for Everyone is gonna stay. It'll be every Tuesday at 8 p.m. This week I'm just adding it just because it's been a very busy week. I haven't had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with lesson planning this week because as you guys can see, I have paperwork here being graded for my other job. And because of that, I could not spend a lot of time in preparing lessons and also little presentation slides here. Client says, wow, dancing, good cardio exercise. Yes, it's really, really fun. I really love, social dancing. Social dancing is so fun for me. I always sweat too. So it's just like, it's a great exercise. So I'm really glad I'll be coming back to that. So another passion is coming back into my everyday routine, which I need to adjust for. I already have singing that happens in the morning and also learning Japanese in the morning too, because when I drive to LA, I'm singing and learning a language, so there's that. And then now I'm bringing dance back into my life. So we have 3 passions that are happening. I'm going to be adding my 4th one soon, which is this weekend. I will be writing stories again, so becoming a creative writer once more. I've missed writing. I've been on hiatus for like almost a year now too, so yeah, life keeps me busy, and I'm trying to bring back things that I love. So that's why I'm starting to get busier. It's because I'm starting to fill my time with just like things that I love to do, you know? And this is one of them too. So teaching on here is another one. So that's 5. That's 5 passions that I brought back in 2024. And I'm really proud of that. So I'm not feeling drained anymore, which is good. And I've been I've been monitoring myself in that sense because, you know, when you do all of these activities that you love, it can feel draining, but I've somehow successfully have been able to use them as like recharge stations for my mental health and my social battery. So it's doing well, slowly and surely incorporating stuff that I love. Alrighty, so thanks for sticking around till the very end of today's session and listening to my little spiel. So yeah, those are things that are happening next or this week. So that's why there's a lot of changes that will happen to the schedule. And hopefully within the week after next week, we will have a solid schedule, and I will have to change this. And I'll update everyone as well on the Discord server and perhaps also on Instagram too. So everyone will be on the same page. All right, so we reached the end. I want to wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Drink some water, stay hydrated if it's morning or afternoon for you guys. If it's the evening, still drink some water, stay hydrated so that you feel better or refreshed in the morning, and drink water when you wake up too. Stay healthy. It's raining cats and dogs in California right now, so I'm gonna have to leave earlier than usual because traffic is gonna be bad in LA, especially when the weather is the way it is right now, like rain or fog, etc. It's just gonna be a 70-minute drive for me to get to work today, unfortunately. So that's why I learn languages and sing in the morning when I get to work. All right, so that being said, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll see you guys soon, And oh yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So we are gonna be practicing what we learned in grammar today for tomorrow. So take care, everyone. Bye. Bye, Klein. Thank you for joining. Bye, Hans. Thanks for joining. See you.